Today I'm going to talk about how it is possible to get a flat belly over 40, and it's not in the way you think. Stay with me to learn what mistakes you're making and how it is possible. Hi, I'm Hillary, creator of The Balanced Effect. Today I'm talking about how to get a flat belly over 40. Most women have the belief that getting a flat belly over 40 means going on a deprivation diet and doing intense workouts, or maybe you don't even believe that you can get one in the first place. But that is one of the biggest myths in the industry. I get it. Everyone talks about the answer to getting a flat belly means slashing calories and exercising like a maniac. So it's easy to fall into that trap. But let me ask you, does everyone who goes on an extreme diet achieve a flat belly? Does everyone who work out intensely get a flat belly? No, and you could actually be gaining fat in your belly if you continue to believe this. Intense exercise and deprivation dieting cause a lot of stress on the body. Stress in any form raises your stress hormone cortisol. Cortisol causes chronic inflammation. So the more stress you have, the more belly fat you have. And the new evolution of Healthy Over 40, a flat belly is possible. Here are 5 ways that don't include deprivation diets and heavy workouts. Number 1, heal your gut. Eating foods that you think are healthy might be causing you gut dysfunction, leading to bloating, gas, and added weight from inflammation. The most common culprits are dairy and gluten. If you have followed the standard American diet, been on birth control pills, taken a lot of antibiotics, or been under constant stress, you likely have gut dysfunction. So many women go along with their day with gut dysfunction thinking that it's normal. Unless you don't have any pain after eating, or if you don't have any gas, bloating, or constipation, you don't need any digestive aids or acid reduction medicines, and you're going to the bathroom, you know what I mean, number 2, regularly, you might have gut dysfunction. And if you have gut dysfunction, it is impossible to get a flat belly. So number 1, into getting a flat belly over 40, you need to heal your gut. And that starts with removing those foods out of your diet that are causing the inflammation and causing the gut dysfunction. If you can remove those inflammatory foods out of your diet and then heal your gut and then add them back in, it'll be a lot flatter and you'll be much more happy and healthy. All right, number 2, if you're gaining belly fat, it might be a sign of hormone imbalance, especially if you're eating right and exercising. That's why in The Balanced Effect, pillar number 2 is balanced hormones through nutrition. Without the building block of a healthy gut and balanced hormones, a flat belly is impossible. So it's just a matter of changing up your diet and adding in foods that help balance your particular hormone imbalance. Number 3, reduce your stress. Remember how I talked a little bit earlier about cortisol, your stress hormone? The more stressed you are, the more cortisol you have. The more cortisol you have, the more it's breaking down your bodies. There is so many negative effects to cortisol. So number 1 is that you have 4 times the amount of cortisol receptors in your belly. So the more stress you have, the more belly fat you have. And then also, chronic inflammation caused by the stress is a precursor to every chronic disease. So not only will reducing your stress help you get a flat belly, it's going to help prevent a lot of issues in the future. So how do you reduce stress? Well, number 1, you need to take time to be more mindful, and number 1 with that is meditation. I know I used to scoff about it and think meditation was impossible. Being a type A person, my mind is going a mile a minute, and sitting down meditating seemed like nonsense. But listen, get yourself a free app that you can find through any Play Store or App Store through your phone. My one that I really love is the Calm app. You can get a free version and you can pay. I pay for the pay version, but it takes you through step by step in learning how to meditate. Meditate for maybe 10 to 15 minutes a day starting off and see how your life changes. Also, reducing stress. That means not trying to do everything You have a tendency to try to put too much on your plate and you think that only you can do it. Well, that really ends up in just making you stressed and making you not be able to be at your best anyway. Perfectionism, it's really hindering you from achieving a lot of things in life because perfection is impossible. It's a subjective way of looking at things. I mean, there is no such thing as perfection. But I promise you, if you're a perfectionist, it's causing you a lot of stress because you're trying to attain that unattainable perfectionism. Also, get help. If you're a busy woman over 40, you have a lot on your plate. You're balancing your home life, kids, your husband, work. Don't be afraid to ask for help with the things that you need to do. Number one of the things that we have done is we spend money on helping someone clean our house, because who wants to spend all of our time cleaning our house after you have a busy week and so many responsibilities? Just giving back that little bit of gift to yourself will make a huge, amazing difference in your life. Okay, number 4, get more sleep. We have this mentality in society today that you need to hustle and you're gonna sleep when you're dead, but really you might be dead sooner than you really think if you're not getting enough sleep. So again, if you're not getting enough sleep, it's gonna raise that stress hormone cortisol, and again, leading to more belly fat. And when you don't get enough sleep, it disrupts your appetite hormones, so it makes you actually crave more sugar. You don't have that appetite control as that you would have when you're well rested. So it's gonna make you crave more sugar, and you might binge on food that's gonna further add to belly fat. So here are some ways to improve your sleep. Well, 1, limit the caffeine. 1 to 2 cups in the morning, fine. But any more than that, especially at 3 o'clock on, which I know that you're crashing at 3 o'clock on, which means that you have hormone imbalance and your adrenals are burnt out. But drinking that coffee at 3 p.m. is gonna help keep you up. So you need to find some other way to keep your energy up besides sugar and caffeine at 3 p.m. So your sleep will get a lot better if you reduce the extra caffeine. And number 2, is reducing your blue light. So all of our television, our phones, our computers, our tablets give off blue light, and that actually disrupts our sleep. So you can go on Amazon and order blue light blocking glasses. They're kind of funny looking, but if you wear those a few hours before you go to sleep to block all that blue light, you will sleep so much better. And then also another reason that you might be having problem with sleep is that you have hormone imbalance. So I talked a little bit about balancing your hormones to get a flat belly. It's also gonna help you sleep more, which in turn is going to make you feel better. So you really need to make sure that you figure out what your hormone imbalances are and correct those so you can get better sleep. And then reducing stress is gonna help you get more sleep as well. If you're still struggling for more sleep, there are some natural supplements that I find really helpful to help me get more sleep, and that's melatonin, L-theanine with Relora. There's Source Naturals has a supplement with the L-theanine with Relora, and L-tryptophan. So those are some amino acids that can help you get put to sleep naturally. And then finally, get the right type of exercise. Unless you're doing the right type of exercise with the appropriate intensity and length, you will be doing more harm than good. And I find that women really tend to gravitate towards cardio because there's a stigma about women in the weight room and lifting weights. And so it's just easier to hop on a cardio machine and they think that's what's gonna help them lose weight. But actually that's doing more harm than it's good. And in addition to jumping on those cardio machines, you might have a tendency to go to a lot of boot camp classes like Orange Theory or even CrossFit. There's tons of them around the country. Doing high intensity cardio like that, so several times a week, is doing more harm than good. So let me explain a little bit more. Exercise is stress, no matter what you're doing. So exercise can be good in the right amounts, but in too much, It's gonna raise your stress hormone cortisol, and I've talked at length about what cortisol does to your belly. It also, if you're doing a ton of cardio, is gonna disrupt your hormones. This happens to women so frequently. So you need to be doing the right type and the right intensity of exercise. So that's why in the balanced effect, pillar number 3 is balanced strength. And that teaches you the metabolic lean method. With the metabolic lean method, you burn more fat in less time, reduce inflammation, increase muscle building hormones, and flush out the extra estrogen that could be causing you to gain fat in your belly, hips, and thighs. To recap, a flat belly over 40, number 1, heal your gut. Number 2, balance your hormones. Number 3, reduce your stress. Number 4, get more sleep. And number 5, get the right type of exercise. So if you put these 5 principles into action, a flat belly and a better body in your 20s is possible. If you want to join a group of like-minded women who are dedicated to looking, thinking, and feeling happy, healthy, and sexy over 40 and have a flat belly, come join us in our Facebook group, The New Evolution of Healthy Over 40.